Hi, you're with me, JD, and welcome back to another episode. Episode pula. Okay, cut. All right. Okay, maybe I keep that as a blooper, man. Okay,
Episode.
all right. Hi there. You're with me, JD, and welcome back to another episode of the Song Breakdown. And bersama saya in this episode, I've got not only one, but two very good friends of mine. So, first of all, the first person that you can see on the camera screen is a very, very talented singer-songwriter, a good friend of mine, all the way across the causeway from down in Singapore. Jamiel Said, thank you for
Hello,
joining us.
everybody. Thanks, JD, for inviting me.
All right, okay. And the second person, all right, is a very, very good friend of mine as well, right? The producer for the song, Mr. Aiyad Sakti. Hello, hi Aiyad.
Hello.
Okay, all right, cool. So, welcome, guys, and thank you very much, first of all, for spending your time with me. I hope you guys are all staying safe, staying healthy wherever you are. I understand that in Singapore, you're still under the circuit breaker, right?
Yeah.
Un-
Yeah,
until
yeah. It's okay, bro.
until when, man?
I can't remember, man. There were so many dates. I think June.
Wow. Actually, until end of May, kan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yes. End of May.
Wow.
Yeah. So we are keeping ourselves busy with different things at home.
Right. Okay. That's good, man. I mean, I hope that everything goes well. That everything is staying safe. That you guys are all that you are staying safe over there, lah. Ayat, how about yourself, Ayat?
I'm actually stuck in KL
Oh man. Yeah.
uh, because before the COVID starts, I was doing some scoring for an animation, um, but the director is in New York. Then halfway throughout the process, the COVID start, and then New York lockdown. So she came back to KL, and we continue from home. I'm from the studio, and she's from home. So
Wow.
because
Okay. Hmm.
because the government don't allow you to go back to kampong,
Aduh,
so
yeah.
I can't go back to Johor till now.
Oh man. So you really literally stuck in the studio for what?
Yeah,
50, almost 50 days? 50, almost 2 months, man.
yeah,
Holy
nearly 2 months.
crap! Oh my god! Right. Well, I say, you look good for someone who's been quarantined for 2 months in the studio, and to be honest, there's no better place to be quarantined kan than inside the studio
Yeah,
lah. You know,
actually,
I
makes you practice more things that you don't get to do,
uh
and when you're stuck, you get so much time you can plan to do stuff, and you start learning stuff that you never have time for. Back on the sheet again, back on the mapping again, back on the software again, and
true.
this I mentioned earlier. I don't know why lately I have a thing for Antelope Audio.
Antelope Audio, right? For those who are viewing this and don't know that, Antelope Audio is actually a brand of audio interface lah, and is that right? Antelope Audio, right? Audio. Yeah. Okay. Right. So only the tech geeky viewers will know what we're talking about lah, right? There are a few of them, right, who watch my videos, right? But here today, what I want to talk about is, and the song that I'm going to feature, right, is actually a song that was written by Jamiel himself, right? This is one of his hit singles, all right. Was this your biggest hit single, Jamiel? The title of this song is Cincin Di Jari. Hi, Jamil, you there? I thought we
Yeah.
lost you for a while. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah. It is. I think by far, I mean, it's hard to measure the success of a song. And there are different ways to measure the success of a song, monetarily or exposure or viewership. So, in terms of my catalog of songs, and then to compare, on YouTube itself, it has garnered over almost 800,000 views. So for a local guy like me to have that outreach, and then the song being in the, I think one of back then it was number one, Kekasih Paksa Rela. So everybody was tuning in, and I think the success of the song, only I realized when people started to search for, they keep on watching the video, just keep on watching the drama, so that they can figure out what's the title of the song, and they can actually go and Google it up.
Yeah.
So and then people keep on texting me and then tweeting about it, and then again, for a local boy in Singapore to have that amount of outreach in anywhere outside of Singapore is already a success for me.
Wow, congrats, man! And
Yeah.
not only above that, having it being a popular song, having the song featured on also a local drama, but
Mm.
personally, right, for me on my side, this is actually honestly one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite love songs actually, and regardless of English or BM and or even local or even international. So, personally,
Thanks,
I
man.
really love this song, man. I think I've told you personally so many times before,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
this is for
Thanks,
me. This
man.
is like the perfect a wedding song, for anyone. The words are quite, I can relate very much to the lyrics lah. You know, yeah.
I
So
mean, again, coming from you, because I think because of this song, that was the only time my first time meeting you or knowing about who you are. Because I keep on asking me, telling me, JD, 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 JD. I think, who the hell is this JD, man? I said, I don't even know who JD is until you mix this song, and then of course it was a collective effort from everybody, from the producer to the
yeah.
to the guy who mixed the song, to the arranger, and then the sessionist. I think because of all this, that's a lot of love, and I think
Mm.
without love, the approach of love towards a particular project, the amount of success won't really get to be seen, and of course, because there's so much love put into this song, and
Mm.
that's why I believe there's so much success, the intangible success that you see beyond just numbers.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, man, and something that not I think tak banyak orang always mention about it. You putting
Mm-hmm.
in that love to it. I think it's a very good point, man, and something that we can also learn lah. So you don't just treat the song macam just another job, just another product.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's something.
yeah.
It's really a work. This song really came out from a place of love lah from
Yeah,
everyone that
yeah.
was involved. Yeah. June, June. All right. Maybe then, since we're talking about this, we'll talk about the production side, and that's where maybe Ayat can chip in a little bit more. But I want to sort of figure out and sort of ask you, what's the background? What's the cerita sebalik? This lagu. What was your inspiration? Was it behind it? Maybe you can share
Uh,
with us. Share with us.
so time tu I was about to get married to my wife. Jadi I felt that there was nothing better than to write something that was sincere for someone that I love. So benda tu, it came naturally lah. Basically the concept is I want to write something for someone that I truly love. It's unconditional love, and then it kind of the workflow just fell in place. The lyrics came in place. The suitable words were chosen because it's true, and whatever that you hear from the lyrics are all true.
Yeah, it's
How
all really honest
this
lah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's how we were just friends, and then now you're my wife. So it's very relatable with people. I mean, I didn't write for the people. So but after the whole song was finished, And then when I hear it back and people started to, how do I put this, there was a lot of response, how relatable it was. Then only I realized that there's a certain, I was lucky to have that magic, that inspiration that became magic, and that it was relatable to the masses.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah lah. So lyrics, song, uh, yeah, I got lucky lah. Let's put it this way. I got lucky lah. It wasn't like factory made. It was more
Oh,
of,
yeah. Of course not.
God,
Yeah.
give me something lah. Give me something lah that I can
Yes.
write, and hopefully it befits my. It justify the amount of love that I have for the one that I truly care.
Yeah,
So yeah.
man. That's you really really put it really really nicely, man. And yes, you're right.
Mm.
It's the theme of love is so universal, but but you've managed to put it in such a personal and such an honest way that even I myself, when I heard it for the first time,
Mm.
I
Mm.
could relate perfectly, right, to it. Also to everyone there who's all been in love,
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
now married. I think even like for you, the lyrics and the words really exactly describe my own relationship, and how I got,
Ah.
how I met my wife and got married to her, So, yeah. So thank you very
Oh,
much
that's
for
cool, man.
writing the song,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, yeah,
Welcome, man.
yeah. So did you start by just when you came out with the demo? Do you just how did you come up with the demo? Do you just like start write, you know, on a
Yeah,
guitar?
yeah. My process is normally, I try to listen to some references, the kind of references that I want, because I know what I want. I want a cinematic feel to this particular wedding song. I wanted to have this song on my wedding day. So it's more like cari idea, cari reference, and then I pick up the guitar, and then the lyrics and the melody just came together.
Sweet. That's cool. That's cool. All right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then yeah lah, try and error lah. From
Right.
then on, what is suitable, and then we record back again. But mainly guitar lah. There's nothing else to
Right.
it. Just
Okay.
guitar. Mm.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, for those guys who are if you're watching this, right, I'm gonna leave. You can watch the official music video. I'll put the link down in the description below. So go after you've watched this, right? Go and check out the song, okay? Right. So you know what
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about. So okay.
Mm.
So once you already had the initial demo, which is you just wrote a demo of you singing along with the guitar. Then how did you and Ayat meet? Maybe the two of you can sort of tell you how how you moved on to approach Ayat to help you to produce the song.
Well, I've known Aya for quite a while. We've done a
Mm.
few projects prior to this, so it was a natural process to. I mean, my relationship with Aya is very open. So if there's something that I can share or I want, I will tell him. And in terms of like music production, for me, communication is very crucial, because once the song is out, there's no way for you to retract it back, because it's already there, you see. So we had this conversation, what is suitable, what I want, and then he will have his opinions, and we will have disagreements, but it's all good, because at the end of the day, whenever he disagree or I disagree, it's never about ego, because that's the one thing that Ayat always reminds me. There should not be any ego in the studio, because what we are trying to do is to get the best out of the song. And if you put aside ego, there's a lot of good work that could be done, because you are open to different types of approach.
Right. Yeah.
So that helps a lot lah. It's an education lah. With Ayat, it's an education. It's not just about getting the song done. So I've learned a lot from him.
Very, very cool. Hey, Ayat, so maybe now you can jump in and chip in. What was the initially once you've heard the song, you got you've heard the demo from Jamiel. So what was the first step? Was there any additional pre-production? Did you like work on the arrangement first? Was there a programmed an arrangement first, or how do you get a bunch of musicians together?
Oh, the truth or the hidden secrets?
Oh, both, everything. This one is unleashed and uncensored, unfiltered. Yeah, yeah.
Basically, yeah. For Jamiel case is he came to me uh, with his white guitar as per normal. He's the only musician that I know who got the similar guitar, two of them, that he kept because he loved them so much. So he brought that guitar to me and then he told me I got a song. Been wanting to do this for my wedding, but I didn't get a chance to do this. So I say it's okay. So he played me the song. So basically Jamiel came to me with two versions of the song. To be honest, there's like two different chorus but sound quite similar. So he asked me like which should I use? Like quite a tough question. Normally I don't like intervene with the composers punya benda lah. So like if this is the way he wants him to be, then I just follow on. So but because he wants me to see which is possible like within these two chorus, so I tell them actually you can use both if you want to. It's just matter of how you actually put them together. So actually Cincin Di Jari comprised of two choruses which is actually different, but you don't hear them to be different. That's the secret. So what we do in the first place was the song wasn't really complete and I literally sent Jamiel home. that he knows of my character. If something is not enough, I ask him to do more work on it. So he went back home to Singapore and just do more work. He just do more work. He do more composition. He actually refine his work, refine his artistry in the way he wants the song to be. He comes back. So when he comes back, I listen to the song again. I brought Ijoo in the picture. So
That's right.
Ijoo as a guitar player who's great and very skillful, knowledgeable, but he thinks like he don't think like a guitar player. He thinks like a producer and he plays like an arranger. That's one thing I like about him. He's so different, right? So like all my years working with Monologue and him, there's something that I discover about him, which is great. He's just the way he is. It's just Ijoo being Ijoo. So I brought the song to him and I tell him this is a song. Okay, can you tell me what you can do with this song? And then he listens to the song. He just plays. His first few lines of the song, Jamiel went like, wow. Just his first few lines, Then I told him like, you don't wow now because he will forget what he plays. Just take note which that you actually like.
Okay.
So after everything, and then my whole goal is trying to make the song laid back. Because Jamiel at that point haven't got any song that he sang laid back. Because I want the feel of the song with the melody to sit into whenever somebody listens to the song, you see. So in all honesty, when we were trying that song, we were also trying Jamiel singing that song. And he told me he find difficulty in trying to sing laid back. So I tell him that that's something money cannot buy. You have to put yourself into practice, commit yourself, and understand what you're trying to give rather than what you're trying to sing. So basically, he have to understand word for word what and how he want to approach it. And as per normal, for anybody who come across something that is very out of what they normally do, it's going to be a bit tough. So yeah, I do understand that Jamiel went through tough times trying to adapt to get that experience of how to learn how to sing laid back. When we got that, I brought the whole thing to Bajai to arrange the song like a scoring. It's a scoring approach because Jamiel wants to do a music video and he got a story initiative. The whole music video, so it's all Jamiel's idea.
Yep.
We took what Jamiel want and just put it nicely and easily adapt to how other people wants to see it. But it's all his idea. He wants it to be that way. He wants the storyline to be like this. And then when we get the cast, he picked the cast. So it's all him. For me, it's a relationship. At the same time, I'm still a prostitute who actually serve people. but it's a relationship. I like how people are so in depth with their own composition. So I just come in to help how they can bring it out. That's how I look at things. I don't say that I come here, I'm in charge. You listen to me, this is how it's going to be done. I ask them back, what do you want? You can do this or you can do that. So you decide, and then we go from here. So that's how relationship is with Jamiel. In fact, picking the arranger, the musician, the person who records my product and also the person who mix and master my product plays a very important part. It all started when Dimas asked me to do Awi Raphael's album. I still remember that when we're listing down on where we're going to record, who's going to record it, and who are the engineers that he wants. So he brought me all these engineers' names like Paul Tong, Greg Henderson, Nick Lee, and and then he brought you, and then he brought all the albums, and I got stuck with this Kau Harus Ada. So I was like, who the hell actually makes this? And I think, oh no, this one is JD, and I was like, who's JD? I said, this mix is good, man. I told him that. I said, are you serious? Yeah, this mix is good for me. But I know at the end of the day, it's all about the person who records the song and give it to the engineer. Because the engineer job is just to save whatever he can save. And that's not going to be easy, I told him. We get back to make sure you record it properly, and then you can let the engineer excel in what he does best.
So Kau Harus Ada you referring to was actually a single of Hujan's album lah, right? Which I had the pleasure of mixing, and that's how we connected, yeah, right?
That's how I came to your studio, and then
cool.
I think I used your studio to do BVs.
Can't
for
remember.
Awi's album.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I came
right, yes.
I met you.
Yes, that's right. I remember that. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's trip. Like I said, man, this whole session is a little trip down memory lane. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So, Bajai was the arranger. Can you maybe share with us who else were the musicians that was involved in the recording? Who played drums for this?
So I credited Ijoo and Bajai as the arranger because they were both working at different phase.
Yeah.
But for musician, we sat down, and then as per normal, Jamiel wants Ijoo to play guitar. And then I wanted a drummer. At that point of time, I always used Jeng and Ruvi. But then suddenly I have a look at Bakri, and I was like, oh, there's some styles in there that I want to use for this song. So I told Jamiel, say, let's try Bakri.
All right, a good old friend Bakri, man. Yeah.
So I Bakri a call. I said, dude, that was a funny thing. First time I called him, I said, dude, what kind of drums do you have? After all that, he still remember and tell me, you're the only producer who called me and asked me what kind of drums do I have. I told him, I want you to record with your drums. I want you to bring your drums as well.
Wow,
so
cool.
We brought them to Tune Studio. We decided to have Kelly.
Right.
Kelly.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Kelly was always the lifesaver of my production. Always. He's always the bigger brother. He's always there to do anything that we want to. He even I have a project that he was even guiding vocals for it. Amazing guy.
Wow,
really amazing guy.
Yeah, it's really a big loss to all of us lah, and it's just over a year ago where he left us, actually. Just over a year, right? Yeah.
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 I recorded his last recording though.
Wow.
That was the
you shared that to me. You mentioned that to me as well. Yeah.
Mind-blowing because he was very happy to see us because he haven't been seeing us for a while. And he looked that he lost a lot of weight. But I was on the other way very positive about it. I was very happy. So I thought oh dude, you lose weight, you look good, man.
Yeah.
Say you really good. They say, no, I just cut sugar, stop sugar. I say, oh, that's good, man.
Yeah.
At our age, do that. I say, no, that's good. So we had a nice conversation on that day, except that he seems a bit troubled. I don't know why. And he wants me to follow him to the shop to change his tires. If I were to follow him, I would actually know what's the problem. So I didn't, you see. I've promised Bakri to have lunch with him.
Right.
So that took Bakri off the grid for a while. He just called me and dude, yesterday I said, yeah, I know. Don't tell me. I know.
Right.
So, I know.
Okay.
Cool. He mentioned that. Yeah, I said, yeah, I know.
Right.
So we didn't know what was wrong, you see. We had Kelly, Bakri, and I already had the tracks that Bajai played, the piano track. So we went to Tune Studio with Hafiz on the board. And for the first time, because I want it to be laid back, right? I want it to be recorded live. So Jamiel has to sing with all of them playing at the same time. And that was fun and very scary for Mr. Jamiel lah.
Was that true, Jamiel? Yeah.
He was really.
Yeah.
I see, what's wrong, dude? He's so good that I can't sing.
Yeah.
It was like, he's so good, I can't sing, man. I was never on stage with such good players. He said.
Yeah.
Which is true, because at the end of the day, you must understand that it's been a dream of mine to be working with such professional musicians who are in tune with their craft, you know. And you know, growing up, I have always had this dream of, man, I wish I could just write a song and record. Yes, I had the privilege of that, but to be in the company of greats. I didn't know who Bakri was until I sat down with him, and then somebody else was talking to him about, how's meet Uncle Hussein yeah.
Yeah, Biar Hussein ke Bakri.
So I was like, ini siapa sih ni? Apa pasal Meet Uncle Hussein kan? And I was like, oh, ni drama Meet Uncle Hussein. And then it was a big deal because Meet Uncle Hussein was big lah back when, like maybe a year or two before recording this particular song. And then yeah, so there's so much of great musicians on board. And when during the session itself, it was such an eye opener. It's a blessing lah. It was a blessing.
Cool. So Aiyad, all the main, like the basic rhythm tracks were all tracked live at one take?
Yep.
Wow.
Together lah. They played together.
So that means the drums, the bass, the guitar?
The drum, the bass, the guitar, no. The piano. I know it's really hard to get like. I mean, like I always look at these people as class A session players, and I know it's so hard to get them to come together and do this because some of them prefer to come in alone and just do it fast and go home. But for me, it's a huge pleasure that, you know, I don't demand respect from these people, but these people always give in to me. Whenever I want, you know, like even I do one song, you know, I always ask Jeng the certain kind of drums that he brought his whole set, just even if I want to record one song. I mean, like, that's how I really appreciate them. And, you know, with that, I try to return back whatever they give me more than just about paying them, because, you know, it's that commitment and the pleasure of doing this together. It's hard to get them together and just do live. You see, some of them won't do it. The last time I had with Kelly was also live.
Right, yeah.
It was live recording. And I actually was torturing him in some sense. I was just joking, actually. I told him, no, I don't want to hear your 5-string bass anymore. Can you get me a 4-string jazz bass? I was just kidding. He actually brought one.
Wow,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, you seriously bought Fender bass? Yeah, I bought it from my friend. This is Fender US. I said, Kelly, you are nuts, man. I was just kidding. I wasn't serious. But you see, you bought it. Yeah, I would love a Fender bass sound for this song. So he did it.
Very, very nice, man. Yeah, that just goes to show that, you know, it's great to work with, you know, such amazing, talented people, and not only are we looking for, you know, we are not really looking for the most talented or the most technical persons, but, you know, we want people who easy to work with, you know, who we can work with in the studio. And definitely lah, you know, guys like Bakri and Kelly and Bajai and Ijoo are definitely these kind of characters. That's why we always keep calling them back, you know, why they're such regular faces that we always see in the session. I lost count of how many mixes that I've done, which is Kelly playing bass. Oh, it's a Kelly bass part. It's Kelly bass part. You know, and I totally lost track of how many. Man. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You remember? I think we were having a break, and then Kelly came back, and he was listening to the track, and then he was asking Bakri, like, hey, I think I should replay this song again. Hey, Bakri, can you go and play again? And he actually made the effort to listen to the song, listen to the mix, and he's like, can you do that again? You know, he's never about settling. It was always about, I know I can do this better.
Right.
And that was the first time that I met all of them, and it was such a sight at looking at professionals on how they approach things. And I'm stuck with all these people because of that professional nature of theirs, which is to give the right, giving the best and the right thing at that moment in time. It's not just about finishing the job and then going home.
We never even like I never tell them like, no, I don't like this unless I really want something different. I would say that, can you give me more this or that? Can you actually laid back this? Oh, can you actually not do too much symbols here? No, just simple stuff. But the thing about them is, if I don't flip and jump like, oh man, this is so damn good, they won't be happy, bro. That's funny because I don't expect anything from them. I just know they are all good. They can do a good job. But that fire that strikes when you work, that is just something that you can't change. That's something money can buy. That is so important. Like how I get back to you and then you say like, oh, actually I can do the drums here and that. No. You tell me, JD, what do you think about that? Give me your honest opinion. I always do that, isn't it?
Yep.
Whenever
I do
you do
appreciate it,
stuff, I
man.
always ask you, what do you think, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would love to hear things that probably I forget or I miss or I totally don't know about it. So I would love to hear that, even from somebody who's just graduated from university. And I tell him, no, don't be scared. Just tell me, because I really want to know. But these people, they are just amazing. Like they are full of characters.
Yes.
Like, people would come out and say like, what do you think? Yeah, this is good. I like this. Should I do this faster or should I you can do if you want to. I wouldn't mind listening. And Kelly is the best part is he will just, if everybody were to go one after another, he will sit down and play games. And I always ask him, Kelly, is this okay? Yeah, okay, let them do. Only 2 takes. Until we see that, the journey you took from the first level to go up to the 3rd floor, you actually recorded faster than that journey, man. When all the time people are actually recording, he's playing game. He has everything in his head. Amazing guy, bro. Amazing. My last song, he actually did homework. That I was blown away. Because it was a bit different. So I want him to, play an old school style, blah, blah, blah. So I thought that day he's going to write. He write nothing on that day, bro. That was the first time ever in my life Kelly never writes anything on the paper. And he just put on that bass on and everything is there. That was the last recording that he did for me. As for Jamiel, that day when we were in the control room in Tune Studio playing and Jamiel was in the center singing, I can see Jamiel's butt's whimpering. I said, dude, are you okay? Oh, he said, I can't sing, man. That one I remember. It was fun. He still wants to do it again. No, I let them do. But we re-record Jamiel's vocals after that.
Right. Yep. Yeah. But is that initial, that first, the rhythm, the basic tracks, you got all of that live lah. It's so cool, man.
Yeah.
And you just no way to replicate that feel, that groove, that vibe by just getting a bunch of musicians together, man. So I really hope that we should see more, let's challenge, we should see more songs and more productions be done that way. Let's do at least the basic tracks. Let's record it live. So it's a challenge to all you guys who are watching this, producers, engineers out there. Take up the challenge, man. Next song, try and do your basic tracks live. Talking about tracks, maybe let's take a quick listen, a dive into the stuff that into the tracks that we have here. So, like you mentioned, this was recorded in Tune Studios by a good friend of ours, Hafiz. The drums were in the walk me through. So they were all inside the same room, or do you have a different ISO booth?
Actually, different booth.
Different
and then
booth,
I tune all the kits myself with Bakri to the song.
So let me just let's play and just take a quick listen to just the drums alone for a start, just so we can just sort of see how it goes. So we can see kick, snare bottom, hi-hat, 3 toms, 2 ride tracks, or maybe this was like an overdub ride cymbal in the middle, I think. Then overheads, and then 3 room mics.
Yep.
I think these are left and right, and maybe this was a 147. 147's it's a Neumann 147, right? I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. 421. What's the 421? This one, is it the MD 421?
One is
Sennheiser MD 421.
Sennheiser 421, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, because usually, usually MD41 is a dynamic mic and you use it close up, but in this case it was used as a room mic. Yeah, cool,
Yeah.
very interesting, very interesting, and it refreshes my memory too, because now I'm looking at it, it's like, oh wow, using a
Interesting though.
yeah. So let me just play the drum tracks really quickly. Let's take a listen. Just kick, stick, and hi-hat first. Super simple groove. Okay, and this is going into this is the first chorus, right? And then moving to right cymbal.
Yeah. Right.
Still the chorus, right? Second half of the chorus. Sweet. And then it goes into the bridge right away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And right. So this is like the second half of the. It's still a bridge, but it's like a second part of a bridge.
I think the one. I think it's a bridge or a solo, either one from them.
Yeah. So there's a solo before that. So this is the bridge, like, actually. Right. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Actually, so this part actually is the solo first. There's the solo, and then before it goes into the bridge. So I can see that the drums is, again, it's not super technical. It's all about the groove and the feel and serving the song, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, can you check for me what snare is that?
What snare is this?
What sounds there?
We can solo it and see. So this drum kit, like you mentioned, you got Bakri to bring his drum kit, right?
Yeah,
Right.
it's DW.
It's DW. I don't really. Oh, so he's using a DW kit, right? I can just solo it for you, but I can't really remember because it doesn't really say what snare drum it is. I can solo it. Because there's some reverb on it.
Okay. Does it say top snare or?
Yeah, this is the top snare. Yeah, this is the snare top, and there's a snare bottom.
This snare top is not placed on the snare.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's placed on the side.
Right. I see.
And then it's not a dynamic mic. I think this is the Rupert Neve R&R, I think.
Oh, okay. That's a ribbon,
ribbon.
right? Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
It's something that I think Hafiz told me he wants to try this because he did the last time. It sounds good. I said, yeah, try it on, man. So when he put it on and then with the bottom mic, I was like, wow, okay, this one fits the snare though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is really nice. Yeah, I think this is the R&R though.
Right. Okay. The R&R. Okay. Cool. That's a really sweet ribbon mic, man. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for
also-
sharing that this insight, man. Didn't know. So looks like there's a lot of experimentation going on. You have using a ribbon mic on the side for the snare, then using a MD421 for the rooms. So that's really cool. Yeah. So maybe because these mics are ribbon and a dynamic, it does give the overall drum sound a much more, I would say I don't like to use the word warm, but maybe that's the way to describe it. a warmer sound towards the overall the overall sound of the drums lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, cool. Maybe let's move on and let's solo it now with. Let's listen to the drums along with the bass, and of course the bass was played by our dear friend, the
Mr.
great and late Kelly. So let's take a quick listen, right? Okay. Was this with the Fender bass which you mentioned?
No,
Oh,
this one is still,
this was his his signature famous Music Man Bongo.
no, this one, this time it wasn't bongo yet. This time was Shadowski.
Oh, Sadowski, right.
Yeah,
So it was
this time was
Sadowski.
Shadowski. Yeah,
Five string, right? This sounds like a 5-string.
yeah, five
Yeah,
string. I think this one we put it from his I call it big box, the GDL DI box,
Right, yeah.
and then we went through I think Avalon DI, is it the DI preamp?
Right, okay. Yeah.
Just went
Avalon,
straight there.
yeah. Avalon has their famous that famous DI box lah, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Cool. Super simple. Just let me just take a look at the session and what sort of plugins that I use. I just put a just an 1176.
Oh,
Yeah. Pretty much that's it, Put a medium attack on it, a fairly fast release. Alright. Some of my plugins are a bit missing. I think an API EQ as well. But nothing much, man. It's not super complicated. Just one compressor and one EQ, and that's it. Yeah.
yeah.
So beautiful, man. Absolutely. Every time you hear a Kelly bass part, it's always it's the jazz, man. It's the sex, Yeah.
He knows how to butter everything.
Yeah, exactly, man. Cool. Right. So this is coming out of the bridge. Right. Now let's listen to let me just quickly solo the piano. So the piano tracks, this was done prior to the session already, right? I assume the piano.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
Definitely.
So Bajai had already worked this during the arrangement stage lah. Right.
That's why second phase of the arrangement.
Oh, okay, right. Was this added before you recorded the drums and bass or after?
For Jamiel to practice, we recorded before.
Okay.
But for the studio, I can't remember. It was
Right.
Bajai there, not Jamiel?
For the tune session, is it?
Yeah,
No.
it wasn't there.
Wasn't there, right?
Wasn't. So we took the recording and let both of them play live.
Right. Okay. Very cool.
Camera included. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. The piano. Not sure whether was this using a VST sample? Was it a live piano? VST sample.
Oh, VST.
Yeah, I think nowadays I think most of us are using VST samples lah, unless we're going for really really live like a jazz, or blues recording. Yep.
I mean, I love to though, because Bajai and me had a conversation. He said like, yeah, nowadays he use VST, but if he got the opportunity, he wouldn't mind because it was so amazing to play a grand piano or an upright piano. He told me.
Yeah, but it's not easy to sort of to find a really good grand piano now lah here in Malaysia. Yeah. Not many places, right? So using program and VST does give us quite a lot of flexibility nowadays lah. So it's a good mix and match lah. You have the more straight, the more traditional way of recording the basic tracks live, but you also have some program and VST parts included in it, right? Maybe let's listen to it in sort of context. I'll play again this, maybe going to the chorus so we can just listen. Very straight up piano, basic piano patch lah, right? This is the chorus. but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful part, man. Even though it's so simple.
Yeah. We really spent piano though.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Bajai, he gives a lot of space. Every musician that is inside that contributed to this song, they give so much space for the song, for the different parts to come in. So you hear a lot of spaces for all the different parts.
Right, exactly. Yeah, cool. Let's move very quickly. So I can see down here there's an acoustic guitar. It's one single track. This acoustic guitar, who recorded it?
Ijoo.
This was Ijoo.
Yep.
Also this acoustic track, was it done live? Also
Yeah.
also live, huh? Right. Amazing, man.
But
Great.
them is separate.
But in a separate booth lah, right? Separate room lah. So you got the isolation.
Studio. Jamiel vocals and guitars.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was recorded in Bajai studio.
Oh, okay. Right. So it was it on the separate session lah?
Yeah, separate session.
Okay, cool. And
I do kind of like go to many studios.
oh yeah,
I do love them. I do love going from this part to this studio, this part. It just gives you a different environment.
yeah,
Different point of view.
yeah. You know, it's cool. You know, I don't mind doing that. You know, because it's always fresh. You get to meet different people. You work with different, like you said, different environment every time. Keeps it fresh.
I mean, human are the
Yeah.
most important asset in the recording. Second comes the equipment. I mean, like that's what a lot of people are taking for granted for the human resource and the equipment.
Right.
Basically,
Yep. You're absolutely right, man. And now that now that we still have to observe this social distancing, kind of always been missing that human connection, for a while. I've been doing some stuff, remotely. People have to record at home, send the tracks. We miss that. I kind of miss that feeling of having working with a musician right here beside me and doing that. But that's a little sidetrack there. Good to know. All right, that this was how we recorded it.
like with you, JD,
Hmm.
all the mixes that I have, I will come to you personally, isn't it? After I send it to you, I will still come to you and sit down. Even if I think I don't have to veto anymore, but I will still come and sit down with you because I think that human meet is very important.
Yeah. Yeah, you do,
I always
man.
come down. I
Yeah.
say, no, it's okay, I'll come down and then see you. So I will definitely come down and sit down, even if I'm paying on that day or whatsoever. But I don't mind going to all that trouble because I told Jamiel, going down to hear your mix or to meet your engineer is a very important criteria in actually finding people who you work with. That's so
Right.
important.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that seems to be, such a rarity nowadays because everyone wants to just do it online, or we just communicate online or anything like that. I really appreciate. Yeah, I really do appreciate that you take the time and effort to come all the way and meet me and sit down and then we go to the tracks and just hanging out here and talking, man. I really appreciate what you do.
That one is important, bro. Important because like we would behind doors, we wouldn't know other people's difficulties, and it's not that a good service provider won't have any troubles because our job here in this back line is to make sure we can solve troubles, we can solve problems. That's what I always remind everybody that I work with. Our job is just to solve problems.
Yeah.
So we have to always be prepared to look for good solution, how to work things out, how to do this. This is very important because we can't just let go and we don't know. In other words, we don't know what kind of crap we are giving the engineer, for him to deal with. We wouldn't know, bro.
Yeah.
It's part of what I spoke to Dimas before. So I told him I'm a believer of shit in, shit out, good in, good out. If you put him so much good, you send him good signals, you send him good takes. It's impossible for him not to have the pleasure to mix it for you. Definitely.
Yeah, man, and this was definitely I really really loved working on this song. Man. I'm so lucky, and I really thank you that I got the opportunity to work on this song, man. Maybe let's move on next to just a quick listen to the acoustic guitar. There was only one track, here. Do you remember what guitar did Ijoo use?
This was his acoustic though.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Um,
With a microphone, with this
Yeah,
was
with-
mic'd up, right?
I
Yeah.
was using,
Mm.
and I was using TLM on the microphone.
Right. Sorry, what mic was it again?
TLM.
The Neumann TLM 103 or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I can see that there's only one track. Was there a reason why you only kept it in one and you didn't double track it?
In all honesty, I was thinking not to have an acoustic
Right.
because
Okay.
I wanted to have a little bit more soul rather than folk. But Ijoo told me that maybe this could be a very nice layer behind. So I was like, actually good point. I said, okay, let's just do one. In all honesty, in the beginning, I don't want any acoustic at all.
Mhm.
I don't want to have that because most of Jamiel's song have acoustic elements.
Mhm.
So I was thinking like maybe this ballad we don't have acoustic elements because the last rap song I did with Jamiel also there's acoustic element as well. So I was just saying, well, maybe why not we just try it out without any acoustic, just electric guitar. But then Ijoo, like I said, he always think like a producer
Mhm.
and he plays like an arranger. He just know like this thing, you put it at the back, it will still sound good. I was like, okay, let's do that.
Right. Okay. So you kept it at one, because if you like double track it, then it starts getting too, the acoustic guitar starts to take over the focus of the song, isn't it? Of the mix, So it was just
When
that's why.
he lost that nice piano touch, maybe like more acoustic.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I just want it here at the back.
Yeah, and I see that this that it also comes it also you also kind of applied this even with the electric guitar. So like the distortion when it comes to the electric guitar parts, again, single track only. Let me just play it, so let me just sort of refresh our mind in how what's happening here. So this is coming out from the chorus and going into the solo and bridge. Also only the guitars only come in during electric guitars only come in here. Let me just play it. Going out of the chorus, going into the solo, just one palm muted power chord. Wow. So just power chords here. Right. It's like single note. Oh no, it's the power chords, right?
Those arrangement from the solo onwards, the changes, right?
Yeah.
It's all done by Ijoo. Ijoo did that arrangement.
Right. Okay. Because all the chord progressions, some of the chord progressions, changed over there, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Ijoo.
those are all done by
Yeah.
Ijoo. It was his idea.
So again, it's a single track of electric guitar. So again, typically we always think, oh, why don't we double track? Make it big. So why was it? Why do you keep it at just one again?
Okay. This part again, he wants to have this electric guitar distortion behind, and I don't want it to be too rockish. And then at the same time, I know that it's gonna be a power chord, and it's just me. It's not wrong. It's just me. I hate distortion power chords on songs because I felt that it's a bit redundant and not giving more efforts on how we can apply the way we play the strings of rhythm. So when
Right.
he
Okay.
wants to do that, again, he was telling me in this part, it can layer and make it stronger because I don't want any power chord. But
Mhm.
if since because you see the thing about Ijoo is, I always have a very good educational argument with him, and he surprises me so many times until now.
Mhm.
Still, like when he was arranging a
Mhm.
solo, and then when he actually counter with his guitar, when I put it back on track, it is actually this is the right right part to put it in. But he told me no, that's wrong. So I was like, are you sure that? And I told him like, dude, I'm not angry. I would love to know where did I go wrong. So he came down to my studio just for 15 minutes, just to show me, just slide this down back. Then I slide it back. I know that's gonna sound wrong. And you know what? It sounds fucking perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Seriously. He has that vision that I don't have.
Mhm.
See
Wow.
that
Yeah.
my friends would be like, what why? Is that right? But it is right. When you put it together exactly what he sees, he
Yeah.
will be surprised, like, oh, that actually worked though. That is right. So that is about him. When he actually said that, he told me maybe this can be used. I will always consider, unless I really think that no, it's not important.
Sweet.
Take it
Yeah.
out.
Sweet. Yeah.
So there, then when I send it to you, and as I told you that it's supposed to actually layer the thing, and it works.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, okay, I got nothing to say.
All right. Okay.
That
Cool.
is just one
Yeah.
fact.
Hmm. Right. So, so all your the guitarists out there who watching this now, okay, no, don't put power chords all everywhere unnecessarily. Yeah. Hey, I'm a guitarist also. I have to keep that in mind. Jamil's also a guitarist, so yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
So okay.
Oh, Jamil always get told off by me when he plays his guitar. You ask Jamil.
Oh really? Okay. What? You know what happens?
Because I was asking him to learn voicing while he actually sings and play at the same time. So that then I always tell him like, hey, can you make some effort and then learn how to actually do voicing? This like okay. Okay, I go and learn.
Well, if you want to defend yourself, Jamil, please chip in because we're not heard from you
Oh
in a while.
no, nothing to defend. It is true.
All right, cool. Yeah. Right. So the distortion guitar also goes on throughout the rest of the song. Yeah. Just and the solo. This solo was also done by Ijoo also.
Yep,
Yeah. Okay, let's take a quick listen, man. Do you remember what guitar was he using?
I remember because there's a story about the solo.
Oh wow. Okay. Maybe let's listen to the solo first. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Let's listen to it first. All right. So coming up for the chorus. Solo. Sweet. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So that's
okay. Uh,
so what's the story, man? Spill the tea.
the story was about guitar lah. Actually, Ijoo, at that point of time, he have 3 guitars, but actually he brought the wrong guitar. So
Oh.
I was
Oh no.
this guitar. I was like, oh, you don't want me to use this one? I said, never mind. Let's try it. So I'm always the person who like whatever that I got, I will try and make the best of what I have.
Mhm.
I will still try until I couldn't do anything. Then I find the solution for it. So
Uh-huh.
basically, when he did that, the solo, I wanted to hear his finger tone. So I was actually planning if I could get him a Fender or something like that.
As a
But
strat.
he was using, I think he was using that blue guitar. I think is it an Ernie Ball guitar? A Steve Lukather guitar. Yeah.
Oh right. It's a music man lah. Yeah, the Ernie Ball music man lah.
Yeah, so he was using that guitar, and then I was thinking, okay, damn, how am I gonna really get a finger tone sound without too much of his using his multi processor? So we go straight to M. So we have like a few hit amps that I tried, and I literally let him play solo while I actually find the sound from the amps. Normally, recorded Ijoo even monologue till some other songs. If I'm not using his processor, I will find the sound from the amp myself. Even with Locke's guitar, for all the recording, so I would like tweak until I hear what I want from the mic itself. And I was like, okay, this is nice. But um, I already thought about it. If this is the sound that I want, what do I expect to do later? So for this, I was expecting to tell the engineer, maybe you can add a little bit of drive, because I just want to hear that dryness, that clean tone from his bending. I want that pain of, when you bend the notes when it's dry. I want that finger tone note. So he tried a few solo, and actually this is his first solo.
Wow. I,
This is his
yeah.
first solo that he don't want. So he tried another one. He tried 2-3 solos, and then we hear about it. And I told myself, you know what? The first one really rocks. I like it. So I took the first one.
That's
And
always,
after
yeah, that's
then I took, you know what? I picked the first one. He said, oh, really? I didn't know. I said, good. You didn't know. Do you like it? He said, yes. Okay.
that's really funny, man. I mean, that's always the case, isn't it? With all the different takes. We get the musician, we get the singer to do so many takes, and then we go back and listen to the first one. Wow, it's always the first take always has that magic in it.
But
Yeah.
I don't like to stop him. When I know I like something, I
Mm.
still ask him to continue until he's satisfied.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
even with Kelly, if he comes back, there is a case where we did a song. The session is finished, so Kelly went home, and then the next day he called me. Where are you? Are you going back to the studio? I said, why? He said, I think I want to record the bass again. Huh? I said, why, Kelly? Oh, there's this one part that I forgot. I seriously don't know which part it is. I seriously got no idea what he's talking about.
Mm.
So I tell him, okay, I book another session, let's come in. So we were in our own studio. He come in, and then he was playing it. And then I asked him, what actually you want to change? Right. So actually he just want to add another note on that particular song, just another note on this one particular line. And he don't mind playing it all over again for the rest.
Wow. Such.
Imagine that
Mhm.
commitment, that you're so surprised. You're not hogging somebody for it, but they are giving it to you.
Sweet, man. Such
Yeah.
such dedication. We really really appreciate. The and big shout out lah, right? To our dear old friend. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, like Ijoo had the same thing. Ijoo, Bakri, Jang, they're all the same. They were normally
Right.
like, something is not happy, they will tell me directly, oh, I want to
Mm.
do this again. I say, okay, cool.
Hmm.
Because if that's the case, if I know what I want, I will keep a playlist.
Yeah.
Then I
Yeah.
do it again. See if I want to combine them or I want to throw them, but I make sure first I know which one that I want, which one that I think it's okay. I want this. But if he does better on the other one, I took the other one. But for Ijoo case, it's really unpredictable, because that guy is like super talented. And then when he does solo, I tell you, all the 7 solo are just amazing. But sometimes when he's most tired, he makes the best solo. I don't get it. He can solo when his eyes is closed. So he's
Mm.
dead tired.
Mm.
Yeah, I caught him and I
Yeah.
turned around. He was sleeping, but then the guitar is still in his hand. No joke, bro.
Yeah.
This guy is super talented. Until Jamiel told me, Ijoo, he closed his eyes so he can still play good. You ask Jamil.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine if he opens his eyes?
Ah,
I think it's just the subconscious thing when he just feels the song, and that's something hard to find. You
Right.
don't think about playing. You just play.
I think that's once I was doing a demo
Hmm.
and he was here in the studio. He was playing it and then I know he's tired. I asked him to go home. He said, hey, after this. So I ran through that part and he was closing his eyes. I swear he was asleep. And then when the song finished, he told me, I think I want to play that particular line again. I was like, fuck, are you serious? Did you actually listen to that? He was like, yeah, that one, it's not right. I'll play that again. Oh, that's
Nice.
real, bro. That's real.
Yeah. That's really 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 commitment, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
really serious. He
Mm.
was like, no, that part, no. I said, I thought he was sleeping. That's mad, man.
I'm gonna move on right now. So that's the most of the main instruments, the drums, the bass, the piano, the guitars. So into the strings then. So these strings were these recorded live? These are live strings, right?
Yeah, live
Yeah.
strings.
Yeah, I'll just play it and then we take a listen. It's amazingly sweet sound, and this is the scoring, the cinematic element which we were talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it was a project that I really wanted to finally put something good. It's sometimes some songs you don't need to put live strings. You can put VST and whatnot, but to hear something organic, it's always something that I really believed in. You can have modern equipments, but it has to be organic, not just digital. So with the dynamics of the how it's being played, you get that the extra mood that actually accentuate the song. And basically, this song is all about mood. There's nothing much to it. It's just it's a feel, it's a love. You need to feel the song, and yeah, it value adds. Whatever that was being put into this song, it has to value add. And yeah, lah, very lucky lah. It turns out well.
Hmm. Can you give me a little bit of background of how the string recording was done? Where was this? Where were the strings recorded?
The string was recorded in Sci-Fi, Bajai Studio
Right.
in
Okay.
Damansara.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was under the hands of, if I'm not mistaken, for this song is Abang Eddie Mazuki kot.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. 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 Then
An
and
awesome man. Such an
awesome.
awesome man.
Yeah.
I
So
think so it was him, this song. Because he came prepared with scores for
yes.
me
Yeah. Yes. Yes. He does
every
that. Yeah.
time.
I realized that it was like all already bounced down to one single stereo track. So you already had the mix and the balance the way you wanted it, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. That's cool. And sometimes I appreciate that because it makes my job a little bit easier because it's already been bounced down to a stereo track. Although there will be some engineers who may argue that why don't you give me all the separate all the separate tracks and everything so I can control, I can balance.
Can also. For me, it's like okay. For me lah personally,
Mm.
if I'm actually running like a song, like a very acoustically influenced song, not too much electric, and I have like a string sections, that I prefer to give you individual tracks. Like my visions of this, the string shouldn't like what do you call it, be too prominent in the whole song. It's supposed to just support and just shape it a little bit, not too much. That's why I was thinking like, okay, if I give you stereo, be better for you, good. Then you can focus on the rest of the rest of the instrument. But if let's say if I have a different song like an acoustic approach song, and then with strings lah, with everything not too electric, then I probably would actually give you more individual tracks for you to actually balance for me lah personally. But
Right,
in
I
any
see.
case,
Yeah.
if they were to ask me even for this song, like I would actually give the individual tracks. The only
Right.
thing is that day when we are done, we decided to bounce and balance it before I go off. That's the reason why we since we already at it, right, let's do it.
And it sounds great. I mean, I love it when on the producer and engineer side, you're really committed to a particular balance. That's how the way it used to be, man. Last time when you didn't have so many unlimited tracks, sometimes when you wanted to mix down a bunch of tracks, you had to make that decision there and then. Once you
Yeah, true.
once once you
True.
bounce it down, there's like no turning back. Especially when
That's
you're
why
working on tape. Yeah.
I always tell students who come to me and tell them like, when they ask me about mixing, I said, look, if you have a perspective of a mixing engineer and a perspective of a producer, it's two different things. Because as a producer, you are responsible for the whole thing till the very end. And then at the same time, you have to evaluate how you want to do your work process. Like the people that you work with. I mean, like, okay, how, if you want, like if I want to get to my goal, I want to make sure that the person that I have to instruct will find it easy to get my instruction. So I realize that I'm committed to actually prepare my dish easier for them to swallow.
Oh,
So that's why every
yeah.
time before I send over, I'll make sure that it's not going to be tough for the engineer. It's easily seen to the engineer. Oh, okay, everything is here. This is this. I always tell myself that because I think that's a commitment that a producer needs to have.
Very, very
Hence,
nice.
the reason why I believe, um, like when you are a composer, you're not naturally a producer. You really have to make effort to understand the perspective of a producer. I've met a technical producer and I met a different and a very arty-farty producer. And all of them works. I mean, like, by
Yeah,
all means.
yeah.
I mean, I love it. It's just the approach is different.
Yep.
And
Yes.
my approach, I prefer it harmonious with the rest of the people that I work with,
Mhm.
including this mastering engineer that mastered the song.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. Well,
So I
yeah.
personally him like this and that. And I even come back to you, isn't it? I was asking you what do you think about the master, and you were explaining to me what happens in the early 2000 when send it to the label when you just do pre-master, and it's not about making things big and loud. It's about how the master can actually work with the dynamic of the mix. I totally agree about you though. Then when you
Yeah.
told me that, I just start thinking like, Jam, that is so right. It shouldn't be forced in a way for it to just go big. It needs to be loudness. No, mastering is not about that. So I went back to him and gave him your point of view. I told him, look, can you do this for me? One blah blah blah. I said, no problem. So he sent the new master, and that's what we have now.
That's an interesting story that you brought up actually, because actually I think most mastering engineers, because they're kind of used to dealing with clients already wanting it loud, right? So that's why they do it that way. But but actually if you tell them that, hey, I want it to keep the dynamics, preserve the dynamics, they'll be more than happy to do it for you. And
Yeah, precisely.
mm,
Yeah, we don't want to ruin the mix.
yeah.
We want the mix to sound better, but not totally different. Yeah. Hence, what I'm saying, if somebody wants to make it different, it's not wrong. It's always not wrong. It's just as long as they know what they want.
Right, cool. So that's the strings, all right. I also noticed there is actually a MIDI strings on it. Was this just like a layer? Was used
Yeah,
to
yeah,
layer underneath, lah, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
And one, I
That's
think
cool.
also it's a last minute thingy that Bajai decided he wants to layer to make it stronger. I say, okay, but not too strong. I tell him,
Yeah.
make it too strong.
Just
Layer a bit
enough,
like,
yeah, just enough to taste. And that's actually quite it's quite a common method lah and technique that we do, right? We will
yeah, I think
sometimes
so.
layer the real live strings along with the program strings underneath it, just to support it a little bit. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so now we move on to the money part. The part yang paling mahal, the vocals, man. Okay, so you mentioned the vocals were done on a separate session. Was this
Yeah.
or do you assign a day? So it's like one day you just allocate. Okay, today this is for vocal only.
Uh, for Jamil, it's different. Because for him, if I got a session with him, I'm not focused 100% on him whenever he's in KL. I be in deep shit, basically.
What?
So, if
Explain what kind of deep shit would you be in?
and he will feel I'm not focusing on him, not not teaching him. So if he's here, if I got a session for him, I'm not doing anything else except his recording. When I booked the studio, I think before that we tried one. He came the second time. We tried with my system. I just want to see the technique of him singing and the feel, so I can explain to him more about laid back. So we tried, and he's not ready, so he went back home again. So the third time, this time he's ready. So I booked at Bajai studio, but we had a session in my house first, me and him, just me and him. So we had a session, we listened to it already, and it's nice. Then okay, I said now you go and have a rest. right? The next day we're gonna have full session. So we recorded until it's done. So I
Sweet.
basically booked the session just to make sure he's finished.
Yeah.
Time, okay, by 1 hour you have to finish this. No, I said just sing until you can finish.
I really love the amount of care that you really put into to not only just the vocal as you mentioned here, but in everything, man. Right. So this was recorded at Bajai studio. Well, Bajai was helping you engineer the session.
For this song, bukan Bajai kan,
Right.
Jamil?
No. I
It
think
was one of his
remember.
engineers name. I think it's Kecil.
Okay.
Kecil, kecil.
One
Ah,
of
it's
his engineers, right? So did the vocals that we hear on the final mix and final song, this was all from that session, lah, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna play just a little bit. We'll skip around to some of the different parts. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. I'm just gonna play it. Do you remember what microphone we're using? Do you run through any pre, any outboard?
It's a TLM 103 also.
Okay, right. Also a
Yeah.
TLM 103. Yeah. Any outboard? Is any outboard gear in particular?
I think we are using the mic preamp. What do you call it? NIF 1073.
Right. Okay, and just pretty much it lah, right? So no compressor, no anything. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a quick listen to it. Right. This is the starting from the verse.
Tak kusangkakan
This is dry, by the way. There's no effects, no reverb.
bisa terjadi.
Is it phone?
Dahulu teman, kini kau menjadi istri.
Right. Cool. So that's what you mean by getting singing laid back, right?
Yeah.
So
Was track two different mic, bro?
oh no. This is actually what I always do is I do parallel processing. So it's actually only one, yeah.
Okay.
So the bottom one was if you watch my weekly live streams, I always show and always explain it. So one track here, the first one is the one on top is, it's unprocessed, but the bottom one I will run it through. Where is it? Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah, this one I will parallel process it with Waves L1. Yeah. So it's like, let's see how much is that?
Tak kusangka
Not too much, you see. In the verses, not a lot. It's only like 6 dB. But when you get to the louder section, the choruses, then that's where. That-
persembahkan semua
Yeah.
untukmu.
So I just love the parallel processing lah, right? Yeah. So I always do it. I always do it on vocals, man. Yeah. So yeah. So this was I used to do it this way, like I have to split it into two different tracks. But now with the newest plugins and everything, you can always just do it within the plugin itself. Already, you can always do a wet dry mix balance. So it's a lot more easier. Yeah. So that's why if you guys are watching this video, you see why is there two tracks of vocal? That's why because this is parallel processing. Okay, so just very quickly jump into the chorus. Just take a listen.
Cincin di jarimu, ku persembahkan semua untukmu.
I love the emotion, man. Everything there.
Takkan lagi ada keraguan dalam hidupmu. Cincin
We put the piano so we have some context.
jarimu sebagai petanda kau setuju, dan hingga ke hari tua pasti kita bersama selamanya.
That's such a beautiful vocal performance, man. And yeah. So
Thanks.
a big shout out to you, Jamiel. This was
Thanks. Man.
really lovely, man. Yeah.
Thanks. I mean, even during the vocal takes, I mean, Ayat educated me about how to sing at a recording session, not live, but when you sing in a recording for a record, this is how you sing. This is the technique of singing. So, so even till now, I apply with whatever that he taught me, and I still apply, including when, if let's say I do have a particular song that I'm recording for someone and it's a duet, and I still practice it, or I even tell my other singer to do certain things. So it helps a lot. Again, it's an education. This song is an education by itself.
Nice, really nice. Was there any? Did you what? How did you feel during this session? Obviously, it was a process that Ayat prepared you for the recording
Mm.
session. But when you were there at that recording session, were you ready? Did you feel? Oh, you were like confident. You're ready for it, or do you still feel you still had some nervousness inside you?
I mean, the nervousness the nervousness comes when I'm not prepared.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
always, I think for anything else lah. If I'm not prepared for anything, I'll be very nervous. But I mean, again, coming to a studio, there's always this element of expect the unexpected. So
Mm.
sometimes when you want to hit a certain note, the feel doesn't resonate, and then I will tell Ayat, yeah, one more time, yeah, one more time, yeah, one more time. And it's the same level of I guess approach that all the other sessionists had, in which you want to give the best, until the producer himself will say, bro, this is a good take, and then I'll be like, okay. So that's where the role of a producer is. He will know what is suitable for the song. For us as singers, we feel that I could give more,
Mm-hmm.
but he knows that this is just nice, this is enough.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Because you don't want it to be too little. Neither do you want to overdo it, right? Yeah. You
yeah,
want it to be just
yeah.
nice. Yeah. So how did you guys approach the vocal recording session? Do you do it part by part, section by section? Let's say verse first, then choruses.
Yeah. I think we did it parts, verse. I think we did the verse in sequence lah.
Mm.
Basically, we did it in sequence.
Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah. Like so on Ayat, on your side, like obviously with all the modern ways of recording, we always do like numerous takes. Is that how you approach this recording session? Do you like take like many takes, then you comp the track together?
Normally, I will ask him to do a full take of the song. And then the second thing is, I'm always prepared before I go in. I would know how fast the singer will get tired. For me, that's the killer.
Mm.
That's the thing that you have to tell us. Okay, chill out, take it easy, work on another session, or just check through what you have. Because I always tell him, whenever I knew how long the singer could survive, pushing in recording, and you would know when the voice becomes tired,
Mm.
and that's really upsetting for a producer. So I have to be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So I would know that, first of all, let's try the full track. I want to see how is his feel with the whole song. Then he tried again. Then I keep that. Then I do part by part. When I do part by part, of course I will do the playlist, but I will start with the easier part first before the part where he needs to use a lot of energy, a lot of diaphragm. That I would do second and take a few takes, and then listen to it back again to see whether it can link or not.
Yeah.
Then I
Right.
would, yeah, because I would always be aware, because there are singers that could last only half an hour,
Mm.
which
Yep.
is quite sad. So I have to really work my mind fast
Mm.
to know what I can actually
Mm-hmm.
get while this person is still singing, which
Right.
is
Yeah.
not easy. Yeah, it's kind of tough at the same time.
Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah. So that's really true. I mean, because we're dealing with a human, with a real person, flesh and blood. So there's so many variables, so many varieties. So we have to understand the singer that we're working with. Yeah. How they
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
sometimes like you can, even if you can last for an hour, a session that's worth an hour, but the tone is not the right tone, and even if you can last 2 hours, why sing for 2 hours when that's not the right tone that the producer wants or the song is supposed to get. If you are lucky, we can do a half an hour session, and you get what you want out of the song, out of the vocal take.
Right. Yeah.
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 So it's not
Yeah.
about quantity, it's more about quality at the end of the day. So as a singer, the way I was being educated is you need to have good rest. What should you do? What you should not do? How to prepare yourself. So it still is. There's a lot of job that needs to be done from the vocalist, him or herself. It's not
Yes.
just about going in and just sing. It is, I guess, it's not just like karaoke session,
Yeah.
where you just sing and then that's it. It is something where you put together and then it will be there for life. So again, like Aiyad said, singing for a recording session is different from singing live, and the approach is different.
That's really,
Yeah.
really good points. And yeah.
Sometimes the mindset, you can't blame them when they okay, for example, there are some high notes, right? And then like most singer that I met, their mind is already planned in a way that, okay, be prepared for this, be prepared for this. So when they are always afraid of that high note, they will actually ruin the rest of the normal melodies on the verse or wherever the notes are not that high. Because the mind doesn't focus on that. The mind focus on waiting for the time to put the high note.
Right.
That
Yeah.
always happens.
Yeah.
I tell them, why are you so afraid? Why are you just worried about that? If that goes wrong, we can redo it again. Don't worry. I always tell singers that, because when they panic, they think we don't see them, but we can hear them.
Mm-hmm.
When we know that they can't wait for that high note. Okay. Then the rest of the thing, like when the Malay normally will say, "Orang langgar."
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
They don't focus. So like for Jamiel, there are times when I record him, like seriously record vocals, and his daughter video call him, and I tell him, answer the phone, bro, no worries, answer the phone, because for me those normal things will take his mind off for a while.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
Answer the phone, free. Then after that we continue again, no problem.
Yeah.
You see, so for me, recording vocals and it's very, very crucial. It takes a while for me to actually understand that singer. I mean, can you imagine? I recorded Jihan, Jihan Musa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is time for me to understand her. So I went down with Ijoo, played the song to her, changed the key like 6 times. It was fun. It was fun. But with all due respect, working with her was fun. It's always good to have a person who's very open, like Jamiel, when you can actually, okay, let's put things on the table. So how can we approach this? It's like building a building. You need the architect to sit down, lay things down. Right. My second part is when they are gone. It's between me and you. Am I right?
Yeah.
You said, JD,
That's
how
right,
can we
man.
do this?
Yeah.
I do that, right? Okay, how can
Right. So overall, the how long did this the recording session take?
Oh, I can't remember. How long, Amila?
Vocal take.
Oh, vocal take that day only, right? That one day.
One day.
But the whole process?
Like
Wow.
I mean for the
Months.
including you did like a couple of pre-recordings and recordings before that, right?
One. I think less than a year. Could be less than a year. Yeah. Leading up to the vocal take lah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the vocal recording itself was all in one session lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One session. The final take. But
Right,
before that, we did a few preps. He came down, we
the
try,
preps.
and in my studio, right?
Yeah, but it goes to show, man. I mean, the amount of your preparation work or your pre-production work that came in, in the end, it made the final result so much better, much more worthwhile. See, yeah. So I think it's a lesson that if for any singer or your young new producers watching this, it's all the work that you put in beforehand, that's gonna save your time in the studio when you get time to get into a recording studio. Yeah.
True.
And also give you a better result in the end. Yeah.
And when you came prepared, right? I mean, studio owners will welcome you with their heart out. They wouldn't mind even if you are using more hours than you actually planned, because they know you did your homework. You know, you brought something that you're very serious about, and you did your work before you come to the studio. I mean, like most studio owners that I work with, sometimes, you know, I crash over the hours. They don't mind. Sometimes they don't even count, because they see how serious we are and how we plan our work beforehand, and everything is in order. You see,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I believe. I mean, like, nowadays, a lot of people are too afraid to go to the studios, that a lot of studios have to close down. Issues
I,
too
I mean,
expensive.
for myself, it's I think it took about more than a year because I knew that there was a certain approach that I want out of the song. Initially, it was supposed to be something else, but I felt that I needed this to be more of a piano piece than anything else. So, you know, I get a friend of mine to do the piano arrangement, and then I sang over it, and I felt that, yeah, yes, it's going somewhere, and I need the right people to bring the song, not bring me, but to bring the song to where it's supposed to be. So I get very lucky that the right musician fell in place, the right producer, the right timing, and then again, so to have this song even for more than a year, when I listen to it back again, and the amount of response, for example, that people use it.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes on Instagram, people will tag me and says, "Oh, we use Cincin Di Jari for our wedding in Pahang." I said, "What the hell?" I said, "I'm a Singaporean boy who wrote the song, and then the song is in Pahang. Someone is using it as a wedding song." So again, it's a reflection of how much dedication that has been put, not just by the initial work, but also by the producer or the people who got themselves involved in the whole production. So yeah.
Sweet, very very nice. Yeah. So let me just move. Let's move forward. And the
Mm.
very last piece I want to take a look. Part I want to take a look at, it would be the BVs. So I see that the BVs only come in at the very end, the last choruses. And
Yeah.
let me just solo the BVs first. And I can see that there's two parts. Who did the BVs on this? There's one high part and one low part. Was it you, Jamil?
I can't even remember. Sounds like me. I think it should be me lah.
Should be you, lah, right? Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
just
sounds like me.
one high harmony and one low part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
again, is this again because you guys wanted to keep it more simple, more stripped down. That again, you didn't go for the layered approach,
Yeah, yeah.
double, triple, the harmony parts. You know,
Mm,
is
mm,
that
Oh
is
yeah,
that is
yeah.
that the reason?
but we tried other people for this song. Actually,
Hmm.
it just doesn't fit in.
Oh, okay.
I was so annoyed. I asked Jamil, why doesn't it fit in? It's the right notes though, but I don't know. It just doesn't fit in. So one
Right.
day he decided that he learns the part and he wants to try. I said, okay, try it. So when he tried, I was like, oh, actually it fits. Never mind, we just use your voice.
Yeah. Sweet. I love that as well. Yeah, if you can use back the same voice, that would be great. You know. Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah. So so this was the BVs had to be another session, lah, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
This
as
was
a,
in my
right. Okay. So it's only at
yeah.
this. So it only comes in at the end. Let's just listen to how it would sound in context with the vocals.
Cincin di jarimu, ku persembahkan semua untukmu.
Just highlighting the important phrases lah.
I never knew that I had backing vocals for this actually.
Yeah, you do now.
Jarimu sebagai petanda kau setuju.
Oh, that one is about 13 takes.
Sorry, what's that? 13 takes?
The high note part, we did about 13 takes just to
Oh.
get the right feel.
Wow, okay. Just for that one bit there, you have to put in so much effort for it.
Uh,
That's cool, man. All right. So, I'm trying to sort of recall what sort of happened here. Um, this part I was highlighted. Was it because there was like a? I'm trying to recall and try to refresh memory. Was it because you guys what you wanted to like shorten it a little bit? You wanted to change something? Do you recall why?
It was, I think it was the timing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can see that I've done like an edit cut over here, see, coming into this part. So
dalam hidup
at the pause here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
cincin di jarimu.
Yeah, it was the tempo of the vocal and everything else that comes in. I think before that, the vocal came in slightly later, or yeah, somewhat.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the decision was to keep this
Right timing.
was to keep this the break bit shorter lah. You know.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, okay, right. So it wasn't because I also can't remember. It wasn't a decision to like you totally chopped out a section or something like that. So
No, no,
it was just
no,
that
no.
lah. Okay, cool, right. So these are the things that only we will know. You know, the listener won't really know what's going on here. So
Mhm.
yeah, we've kind of gone through everything, right? To the whole thing from the songwriting all the way to your pre-production process, and we walked through what happened in the studio and the recordings. So I'm not gonna play the whole song. If you know, if they want to listen and listen to the whole song, right? They gotta go and check out the track. Okay, so viewers, you can go
Yeah.
and check it out. I'll leave the link to the official music video down here. Right, you're probably gonna see it in the screen as it goes flying around. There's also gonna be the cards that you can click the link to, and I'll also leave it in the description lah. I guess that brings us to the end, man. And maybe for some parting words, do you guys have anything that you want to say? Maybe some last messages. Jamil, anything you want to maybe you want your viewers to know? Well, share with us also what's your if there's any plans, anything new coming up.
Okay. Well, it's not easy being a musician or songwriter. It takes money to write a really good song, to produce a really good song. It takes a lot of money, um, and commitment. Like, again, my wife was 8 months pregnant when I was doing the vocal check for this particular song. So I had to leave home because I believe so much, and my wife believes so much in the song that I was like prepared to leave my family for a while, because if I did not finish up the vocals at that moment in time, I don't think the song would have made it, or even, things might have changed. The whole dynamics, timing, and the whole procrastination. And
Yeah.
then by then, if my daughter comes out, I have to
Yeah.
take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
There wouldn't be any time to do, you know. I went out with a heavy heart, but I discussed it with my wife, and I said, if it's not done now, then it will not be done. So it's a lot of tears, yeah, a lot of tears. So, but I'm lucky lah. Again, thank you so much thank you so much, JD, for opening up the song. We get to share experience, work ethics, the real people behind the song. Again, the real star is actually the song, and to make the song that great involves a lot of hard work and dedication and love from the people that made it happen. So special thanks to all the musicians, Aiyad, to you. Again, when I met you during the makan session, I quickly hugged you because I felt that there's so much. You helped the song to grow, from just a recording take to a good mix, and yeah. So when you personally said, "Oh, I love this song so much," coming from someone who's so experienced and creditable in the industry, that meant a lot. Coming from a songwriter who is just who have not made it so much in life, or in the industry. So thank you so much. Yeah, so hopefully for the viewers and to the listeners, I hope this song is relatable. and may hopefully our children, it may be relatable to our children and our children's children and our children's children one day.
Oh yes, definitely. Thank you very much for gifting us with this song, man. All right.
Yeah.
Ayad, how about you, man? Do you have anything to leave us with?
Um, for me, actually, how would I say this? I mean, like, if there is a producer, songwriter, composer out there, arranger who's listening to this, I just want to say that there's no one way to create this product. Basically, it's just like writing a book. You know, like when people start writing a book, they goes to writer's block and yada 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 to get the back end of. But still, at the end of the day, is actually delivering the main important thing that they are doing, which is the stories. So in recording, we are actually trying to produce what's been made or written, and we just want to make it possibly the best of what the story carries out there for people to own. So if you guys would see or would understand or would actually feel what we've been through for the past more than 20 years, probably you would understand how it's the people who makes the music great, and it's the people who makes the creation great. So don't question their values of how much you are paying them, but question the end product of how much people are paying to buy them. Because I do feel after 20 years it's degrading to pay my friends or the people I work with their wage, even if they are asking for that wage, because I feel that they deserve more with all the experiences that they have. And I'm not saying that putting a computer in your room and recording it is wrong. It's not. Nothing is wrong as long as you know what you're doing. But to understand the art of actually making it happen, that's where the value is. For me, it's just like looking at a painting. Why just Leonardo da Vinci is so expensive?
Mm.
And it's just not only the people who bring the product out, it's the people who comes together and brought his work out for people to know. And those people are very valuable people, not only the creator himself. So I think we are looking forward to what the new generation is about to give us, and I just hope that they can take us as some knowledge that they can use. And we are not even putting the line where this is wrong or this is right. It's not.
Mhm.
Feel free to evaluate yourself. Feel free to investigate. Feel free to try,
Yep. Mhm.
but don't be afraid to work with other people.
That's great. That's great advice there, man. So, Jamil, do you have anything coming up in the near future? Any plans? Any new songs? Anything new we
Oh
can
yeah,
expect to
yeah.
hear
So
from you?
there's a new song coming up. It's called Engkau Lah Wanitaku, mixed by of course you, and produced by Aiyad. And it's the same thing. A lot of education, a lot of scoldings and torture, but it's for the benefit of the song. It's like
Yeah.
I'm putting myself
Yep.
into the dungeon all over again, and I don't know why I like it. It's like eating sambal belacan. It's too spicy, but you just want the kick out of it. Ayat for
That's
you.
yeah. That's so nice,
Kick to
man.
the
Oh yeah. I'm really,
Tough
really,
love.
yeah. I'm really looking forward to that song, and hopefully when it's out, you will let us know. You'll let
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
and let your fans and let the public know lah. Maybe you can leave us. How do we get in touch with you? What's your social media links? Where can we find you, Jamil?
Okay, on Instagram, Jamiel Said, Jamiel Said. Facebook, Jamiel Said Music. DM me for anything, and thank you so much for listening, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, man. How about you, Ayat? How do we get in touch with you?
um, they can Google me or find me anywhere with Aiyad Sakti, AIYAD SAKTI. or they can just go to Melody Central Singapore or Melody Central Productions Malaysia. Either
Right.
or.
Melody Central, yeah. All right. So yeah, so check it out if you guys want to look for a super incredible producer out there. Look out for Aiyad as well. All right. Yeah,
Alright.
two of you. Again, for both of you, thank you very much again for spending and taking this time to chit chat with me. You know, I wish we could be doing this in person. Sitting here in the studio or somewhere else. It doesn't have to be my studio or your studio, and having this chat in person. But unfortunately now, we all have to like social distance and all that lah. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
This we need to do the dinner again.
Oh yes,
Yeah, man.
that was the killer barbecue that you brought us to, man. We
Yes,
really have to
brother.
do this again once this whole thing. But as with all things, we are living in like very dark and strange times. I'm sure it'll all pass, and we'll be able to get together again.
We
So
will.
yeah,
Yeah,
we will,
yeah.
man. Definitely. Thank you very much again, guys. And for
Welcome.
those who are watching this video, I hope you found this video informative and useful. Remember, go and check out Jamiel Said and Jamil Said for his music, and also go and check out Aiyad for all the other productions that he has worked on as well. You work not only with Jamil, you also work in Monologue, right? And you mentioned Jihan Muse and a few other artists, right? That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right. So if you've found this video helpful, if you like it, please leave a like down on this video. Do subscribe. Right, the links are all somewhere floating around down here. Subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions or comments, just leave it down below. I would love to hear from you. If you want to find out a little bit more, if you want to watch more of these sort of episodes, please let me know down in the comments. So in the meantime, take good care of yourself, right? Wash your hands frequently, everyone out there. Take care of personal hygiene, practice your social distancing. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye.